I'll go out on a limb and say that Christian Braun was as effective as any Nugget in sealing the Game 7 win against the Clippers. Braun had the Harden defensive matchup, and Harden only had 7 points, and only 2 of those 7 were actually on Christian Braun. There are a few strategies that the Nuggets use, so let's dive into the tape. The Nuggets coaching staff trusts Braun to be out on an island against James Harden, which I think is the most impressive part of the strategy. He proved the coaching staff to be right because there were multiple isolation situations throughout the game where Braun was able to force Harden into a tough shot. It doesn't get too much better than this. He really minimizes the impact from that bump and still closes out, and we know Harden can still make this and it's a tough shot, but Braun did the best job he possibly could in that situation. Next is Braun did an excellent job funneling Harden to where he had help. After he got that help, it was Braun's responsibility to get back in front as soon as possible so everyone could get back to their assignments. It's nice when you have a big body like Joker who's able to make some intuitive plays when he comes over to help. Braun was committed to make Harden work for everything, and that's why he picked him up full court really the entire game. Harden is by far the Clippers' best facilitator, but he can't facilitate when the ball's not in his hands. Harden opted to not really deal with the pressure and just give up the ball, but the problem is that not a lot of players on the Clippers can handle those responsibilities. When things started to get a little out of hand for the Clippers, Harden tried to return the pressure, and this was the result. It was also Braun's responsibility to shrink on these screens and either go under or over them as quickly as possible to get back in front. Regardless of the situation, he was just going to chase down the ball to get back in front of Harden. And he did a good job of this. You can see him shrink and get over a screen here, and Jamal Murray buys him some time. The Nuggets were committed to this, and here's another situation where he gets a little bit caught up in a screen, but Michael Porter Jr. allows him to get back. I think this speaks a lot to Christian Braun's game that the Nuggets just went with this strategy on one of the better offensive players in the entire league. And I could see Harden kind of just getting sick of him picking him up full court and just being so committed to this defensive assignment.